Hey everybody, welcome to Your Music Sucks. I'm Brian Beaudoin. That is my good friend Craig Gass from Sex and the City and Howard Stern Show. How are you, Craig?
I'm doing good, man. I'm in Seattle taping some stuff at Seahawks training camp this week. I'm a huge Seahawks fan, and I'm always coming up to training camp to film some silly stuff with the players and chilling out for a week in one of my favorite places in the country up in Seattle. How are you? I saw that you were performing last weekend and making fun of your own audience.
Well, that is what I do, Craig. Yes, I was in Saratoga, which is
Yeah.
like a home away from home. I
Yeah.
love it there.
At
Always
the
a
at the
fun
comedy
time.
work, right?
The comedy works in
Yeah.
Saratoga.
Wow.
And this lady went to in between acts, she went to the bathroom. And when she came back to her seat, I asked her how her poop was. I just said, "How was your poop?" Because it was clear she took a shit. Like it was not. This was no long pee. This is clearly a poop that happened, which made it extra funny because it was a
You
poop. I
can
say
tell.
that. Yeah, like I'll say that if somebody pees because it's funny. Poop is funny.
Yeah.
But when it's actually a poop, it's awesome.
Of course. Yeah, if somebody
Yeah.
gets up and leaves the room and doesn't come back for 15 minutes, that's a poop.
I didn't even tell you about. I got heckled. A guy heckled me with a story, right? he goes.
He did a long form heckle.
He did a long form heckle. I can cue it up. It's amazing. I tried to make a video of it to put on my Facebook
Cue it
because
up.
it's always funny.
Let's
It's
hear it.
always funny.
Well, just set the
Um,
scene. Just tell me how
yeah,
it start, and then let's hear the beginning of it.
yeah. So Craig, I have ADD. I'm high. I'm in the middle of telling a story, and now I have to find a specific point in a clip where a guy heckled me. This is going to take. So
Well,
this is
I
going to
will
take a
give
lot
it.
of work. Can you?
Maybe we can do it next week because there is something I want to talk to you about. Just put a button in that and or put a pin in that and just save that for next week because I want to hear about that.
Mhm.
But it's almost time. I'm coming to Providence in 2 weeks. And that means that you're about to confront the band that this is the greatest story ever that you happened to just mention months ago in one of our first episodes. That when you were in high school, you tried to impress a girl by lying, which that happens when you're a teenager. People say dumb shit when they're kids to try to impress people. You told a girl that you were in a band that was successful called Dispatch. They had a song on the radio, and you told her, "Yeah, that's my band. I play in that band." And you just stuck to the lie all the way
Yeah,
to her family. And my favorite part of the story is that her dad actually tried to confront you and say, "Oh man, so my daughter says you play guitar."
he may play the bass guitar. I play the bass
Oh yeah.
guitar at Christmas dinner. It's
Yeah, why don't you go
ridiculous.
pick that up and start playing? And you did you pick it up
I did. I picked it up and I sang. I sang a dispatch song.
without and you've never played a guitar or a bass?
No, no.
So
I knew how to play like two things. Like it's not even two things. I used to just hold it and strum it, and that was it. Whenever somebody had a guitar, every once in a while I hold it. And strum. Remember when we were on the cruise and I just sat down at the piano and just started playing random keys,
oh
but
yeah,
I
over
was singing Elton John, right?
at the artist lounge. Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that.
where it's like, oh, this guy has seen somebody play the guitar, but he doesn't know how to play the guitar. That's
Right.
what I do when I touch an instrument. But man, that Christmas dinner, I really had to focus. I couldn't just dilly dally.
Well, a funny thing happened. If you missed it a few weeks ago, we had the singer of OAR with us, and he was nice enough to mention that when Brian and I go see the OAR Dispatch show in Massachusetts at the Xfinity Center, is that what it's called now? Used to be Great Woods.
Yeah, it used to be Great Woods. That's back when it was awesome. Make America Great Woods again is what it should
We're
be.
going to go to the show, and Brian is going to confess to Dispatch. So we're going to film it.
Yeah.
We're going to film the confrontation. You're going to just tell them everything you did. And I think it's going to be great. But deep down inside, are you just looking forward to laughing about it, or are you going to feel awkward about it?
I look forward to laughing about it. I hope they have a heads up as to what happens, because that's my thing. I hope there's a heads up, because if not, that'll be even worse. Like, that'll be worse if I have to tell them, but nobody tells them what I'm about to tell them, and we just walk in the room like, all right, this is Brian. He's a comedian. He's about to tell you guys something. I'm like, all right. Well, when I was in high school, and then I do the whole fucking thing, and then I have to read the room. But if they know coming in, like, oh, there was a guy that has a story about when he told his girlfriend about us, and if they just have that baseline, and then I can just fill in the blanks, and just, if they have the outline, I'll paint that fucking picture beautifully, and hopefully they're not uptight about it.
You know what, you're right. You're right. It is kind of awkward. It's like doing a show for you, like last weekend at the Comedy Works. If someone came up and said, "Hey, so I got a story for you. I do all of your jokes at school," and people think that they're my jokes. Like, it's kind of a weird, like, okay, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, what'd be great is if we got you and Dispatch to make a video for that girl.
That would be the shit. But you know what though? She wouldn't even know what it is. She'd be like, it's Brian and 4 fucking people. She wouldn't even appreciate that it was the actual Dispatch.
Whatever became of that girl?
She lives down in Florida now. I'm pointing like it's like she lives down in Florida. She lives down in Florida.
Wouldn't it be funny if they made a video saying, hey, we're just confirming that Brian played bass for one track on one of our songs or something? With them?
Send this to the uptight daddy.
Yeah, your fucking dad. Oh, that would be awesome. Well, listen, the whole point of Your Music Sucks is Brian and I are best friends. We love each other. We just don't see eye to eye when it comes to music. We love hanging out. We just have awkward moments when one of us wants to play some songs. And once a week, we send each other one of our favorite songs. The other person critiques it. This week, you sent me a Mo song, and from the band Mo, period. And then I sent you a Def Leppard song. Do you want to go first? You want me to go first, Brian?
I don't know. You decide.
I'll go first.
I can go away. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right.
I got the lyrics right here.
You sent me a song called.
I'm ready, Craig.
You sent me a song from Mo called Timmy Tucker. And this song sounds like an idea of a song they just never really wanted to finish. Mo is clearly one of those type of jam bands, right?
Yes. Now, can I throw pretense out there? I love that we had Mark on because this shit makes sense.
Okay. Go ahead.
Remember when Mark was on, he said a lot of jam bands, a lot of bands, when they do their albums, they just do the song, and then once it's done, and there's not a lot of fine tuning because of the money and the cost.
Right.
This song is a fucking banger live. Now, I didn't want to send you the 18-minute live version that'll fuck your face rotten. I sent you the studio version. So with that being said, yeah, maybe it isn't finished.
Wow, that's a great point, because okay, here's the first thing that happens. You send me you send me a song called Timmy Tucker. The video by the band Mo called Timmy Tucker has 167 views, and I was like, what the fuck is this a real song? It doesn't even say Mo, it just says Timmy Tucker. I had to look it up to realize it's by the band Mo, and once I looked it up, there were 3 other versions online. They were all live, and they were all 25 minutes long. 25 minutes. So I pick up the song, I push play, and it's just it's a weird, like, it just feels like they're just like workshopping idea. Yeah, they go. This is what I heard. Dun, 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 dun. Timmy Tucker was a friend of mine. He came from a long line of geeks. I was a horseshoe throwing man. He was a horseshoe throwing freak, and it just kept going like that over and over. That was the same rhythm, and I just kept. I listened to it for a half hour. I just found myself like thinking in that rhythm. Craig listened to the song that clearly made no sense. Before he knew it, his whole day was gone, and it was spent. He didn't care. It was just, that was the way my mind kept rolling, hearing this over and over again. And poor Timmy Tucker apparently is the chorus. And there's a weird thing in the middle of the song where they said, With a check and a discharge, he hopped on the nearest bus. Went down to Tijuana, got a nasty case of pus. And I was like, pus? What?
Yeah. Did you read the lyrics though?
I did. I read the lyrics, and it was
He got hit with a rock, and it got infected in
oh,
Tijuana.
you know what? It's weird that how much the song annoyed me for being so incomplete, but that over time, and I literally listened to it for a half hour, it caught on, and I started to like it. So it went from being a 1 on a scale of 1 to 5 to I have to give this a 2.5. It actually started to grow on me over time.
Wrote it down. 2.5.
You wrote down that. Wait. Was that a
No, I
prediction?
wrote down 2. No, I just wrote it down when you said it.
So yeah, it just seems like a frustrating song for me to listen to because
Now, do you think in a live venue you would like a 25-minute version of this?
now that I've heard the song over and over again, I might want to hear a live version now. Don't send me a live one for next week.
I will not.
All right. But I sent you what is a classic old school Def Leppard song. Have you ever heard it? It was Foolin, right? No, wait. Which one did I send you?
It was Foolin. Foolin.
Had you ever heard Foolin before?
Yes. And right, this is what happens.
What'd you think of Foolin?
Look, it's I've heard this song before. I've heard it in the past. Used to listen to a lot of Def Leppard back in the day. Went to a concert, pretend I knew the words to every single song, and I didn't. This was one of the songs. And I didn't know the words of the song until now. And it's like, I never minded this song, but then then when I looked at the lyrics, I was like, this is kind of a silly love song. Like it's kind of like a sad, depressing, I'm alone and I feel bad for myself song. Like Lady Luck never smiles at me, so lend your love to me a while. Do with me what you will. Break the spell, take your fill. What? It's very pussyish, and it's very pushy up front. But then the chorus hits, and I get sucked into the fucking chorus, because now I'm like, is anybody out there? Right? And then I'm like, right? And I get fucking into it. And then he goes back to the pussy shit, where he's like, stay with me a while, close your eyes, don't run and hide. And then he says, easy love is no easy ride. Yes, it is. That's a lie. and then it goes back into the chorus that I like.
Foolin', foolin'.
All right, so it's
you're really high, man. I love it.
A 2, yes.
You're barely holding it together.
I've been doing podcasts all night long. This is it. I'm like, my brain is fried. This is and yeah, you caught me at a moment.
That's all right.
Great stuff. But anyway, back to the song at hand. Yeah, like I think I liked it more before I listened to it. If that, like, remember, like last week you sent me a Steppenwolf song, and I'm like, oh, I would have given it a 3, and then I bumped it up because I hadn't listened to it. This is kind of like the opposite, where it's like I always thought the song was okay, and then I listened to it, I'm like, this is just sad. Like, it's a sad song, and I think people overlook the sadness because it's so catchy. I would love to see John Mayer do this song. I think if John Mayer did this song, it would be so fucking different. It would be amazing.
All right, so on a scale of 1 to 5, what would you give Foolin' by Def Leppard?
A 2.5. I'm gonna run a 2.5 because it would have been a 3 before this madness, but yeah, I gotta knock it down because of the sadness and just the sappiness of it all.
We both clocked in at 2.5. Shit. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, the good news is we're getting ready to hang out together in Providence. We're going to be performing at the Comedy Connection in Providence at the end of the month. The last Thursday through Sunday of August, we are going to be doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're going to be doing 5 shows total. That Sunday, we're doing Your Music Sucks live at the Comedy Connection over there in Providence. and it's all part of the dates of the Where Have You Been tour. Brian's going to be doing a handful of those dates with me: Detroit, Green Bay, of course, Providence. All the dates are at getgas.com. Brian, where do people find you?
You can go to IllinoisCockburn.com.
IllinoisCockburn.com, where Brian is always high. IllinoisCockburn.com, exactly as it sounds. Brian, this week your music was fucking weird, and it kind of sucked.
It was a sappy as shit.
It is kind of sad. I didn't think about it until you brought it up, but yeah, Def Leppard is not exactly for the man.
So sappy. So sappy. Bah, 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 bah. So sappy.
Perfect.
Oh.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, Tom, just let this run. I'm gonna do the whole fucking CD. Pour some sappy on me.